Hey there, so today we have another review. This is a beer from Fatheads. This is Groovy Juice. So, obviously known for West Coast IPA. Now they're making hazy IPA. I mean, it's 2024. You gotta get with the program, I think. Excuse me, a lot of people resisted it for a while. Jeez, you got breweries like, even like Firestone Walker, Russian River, right? Like big brews, but you got to get with the program. That's what people want. So, thankfully, there are three beers that are clear, and then only one hazy. 7.1% Citra Mosaic Sultana. Sultana is a relatively new hop. I think I saw it in Craft Beer Brewing Magazine for the first time, like about a year or two ago. I believe it's American, but it's supposed to have like big expressive, like, tropical notes, pineapple, citrus. I have not had a single hop Sultana beer, so I don't really know what it tastes like straight up. So weird thing. That used to be a thing, by the way. Anybody miss single hop IPAs? Not really a thing anymore. I mean, the part of it is like, I think they just make way better beers when you mix hops, but beer comes in more of that kind of pretty hazy. Some of these larger breweries being produced, like, it looks hazy, but it's not really quite hazy. Like, this is prop. I mean, it's not like, what is it? Like, other half or equilibrium. Right? Like some of the big guys, they end up coming a little bit lighter in color. Like this comes in like almost like a medium to deep gold color, but like, yeah, you can see the shadow of my finger. So like somewhere in between like Hype Craft Brewery hazy and like Sierra Nevada hazy thing hazy, right? Something like that. So, wonderful whitehead. Not super expressive. Like, yeah, I smell like rich, juicy orange character. Generally, that's just Citra, like just that like ripe navel orangey thing. That theme of hazy IPA sort of exists. Done fresh, literally a month. Underneath, I get a little bit of like sweeter, so like past orange, or like, I guess an orange is an orange fruit, but I guess I mean tropical. So orangey tropical. So I go like mango, maybe a little bit sticky pineapple. Quite nice. And then there's a little bit of like an edge on the back end. Like there's a little bit of this kind of like spicy character. I'm not quite sure what it is. It's almost like as if like it's almost phenolic, which is weird. Again, I keep finding this freaking phenolic somewhere. I don't know if something wrong with my nose, but like I don't know. Cheers. Nice. Whoa. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Nice. This has to be the closest beer that reminds me of Treehouse Julius, like that I've had like recently, which is crazy because it comes in a freaking distributed 12-pack, all from Ohio that you can buy off the shelf. Huge compliments. Yeah. Super rich, sweet orange character. Tangerine. It's almost so orangey, like it's highlight. Treehouse Julius obviously relies a little bit on like, the goal is like orangey, but like they have other tropical flavors in here. This is very orangey. Like it's like highlights, like fresh taste. Sometimes like they've added natural flavor additives to it. What Juice Force, Fruit Force, all the New Belgium, wacky IPAs. It almost has that kind of like expressive character where you're like, whoa, like did somebody add fruit to this? This has a little bit of that. It's like so freakingly hoppy and definitively fruity to a specific fruit. You're like, wait. Do hops really taste like this, right? Like that's when it's fun. But it doesn't go too far. But it all goes almost too far. It's like, this beer's very orangey. So, super tangerine, super navel orangey, almost like cara orange, like super ripe. You get a little bit of sticky mango in here, a little bit of overripe pineapple. You get a creamy, medium plus to full mouthfeel without being sludgy and weighty. There's also a little bit of bitterness in here too. Actually, should have looked it up. There's an IBU count on the website, which is very useful. Very nice. And then the other thing is has this freshness to it. Like sometimes like you can sell like just orange juice. Yeah, sure. If you want a hazy IPA taste orange juice, go ahead. But there's a complexity here of like biting into an actual orange where you get the pith too. where you get the oils. Like, you're not meant to do that, but if you ever bite into an orange, like, you get the oils of the peel, you get the bitterness of the pith, and you get the pulpy and the juiciness. And it lingers with bitterness as if the pith was still. Like, nobody wants to chew through orange peel and orange pith, but if you do, it's going to be bitter. And that's sort of what you get here. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. It's like a different, like, it's a little bit different. I find that, like, generally, modern hazy IPAs that I tried, there's some amount of polyphenol bite or chalky water treatment. I don't generally taste that here. They also can be a little bit sludgier. Yeah, you know what they do? They end up showing the malt more. Like, they show this, like, big, bodacious, like, wheat oat complex, oat addition that sort of, like, is distinctly very distinctly very jarring. Like, you could taste it. It's like, all right, get in for it. We threw oats and wheat in here. You better taste it, right? Like, whereas here, like, you don't seem to, like, have too much of it, which I feel the old school New England IPAs, like, they didn't really have that kind of flavor profile. Like, you didn't taste the oats and wheat. And then actually, honestly, I believe those original recipes didn't even have oats and wheat. So they're more old school recipes that use a different yeast strain, dry hopped in a different way, got to haze in a certain manner. And then some people are like, wait, let's just throw more body into it. And they're just like, wheat, oats. Anyway. That's a really drinkable 7% hazy IPA. Sort of reminds you of Treehouse Julius in that sense. This beer is dumb good. You know what it is? I'm going to give it credit for just being itself. It's sort of like, I find a little bit of uniqueness out of the Treehouse beers. There's obviously a huge uniqueness out of, like, Heady Topper and the Alchemist and stuff. Do you know what this tastes like? This tastes a little bit like, it tastes like a little bit like if you blended like a really nice, like, I find Hill Farmstead to be a little bit more elegant. This has a little bit of that elegance, but then, like, with some of the bombastic character that Treehouse has, but without that, like, Treehouse yeast, with that little bit of, like, banana ester thing. It plays somewhere in that realm. Like, if you can mix a little bit of Hill Farmstead and Treehouse and just made something a little bit different, which is cool. Like, I like that. This is a tasty beer, and then its own little take on hazy IPA in a good way. I guess you can go the opposite way and make your own hazy IPA that tastes gross, but this goes in a good way. So that's fire. Yeah. It is. As I drink it more, I get a hint of maybe a little bit of chalkiness coming in. But yeah, it's good beer. Like, this is one of the IPAs where you know how this tastes is. I might like a hazy IPA. It might not be that bad, but I might end up not drinking it because I don't want a big, that kind of, like, experience out of a hazy IPA. This one doesn't really do that. The linger of the bitterness is so distinct that it really gives you sort of a different experience for a hazy IPA. 97, that is really good. Groovy Juice hazy IPA. It just does something a little bit different that I think really needs to be appreciated. It's not maybe the most impressive hazy IPA you'll ever have it on, maybe not the most aromatic, but it has reminders of some of the great hazy IPAs out there, and also has just great drinkability. So 97, cheers later.